Once dominant force in American pop culture.
Oh, holy sh! He has a React Sona. Oh boy.
Now has all the force and relevance of an asthmatic ant named Gordon. Don't get me wrong, the MCU had its golden age while the DCU lagged behind with a club foot. But to say superhero fatigue isn't setting in is to say the cost of living isn't skyrocketing. As I get older, I now realize the comic book industry has become taken over by fetishists and Tumblr artists.
What? What? Is it because she's black? You've reacted to him before? Okay, first of all, Tumblr artist means they have the red nose and the red knees, all right? Oh, wait, shit, she does have the red knees and the costume.
Who care more about pushing an agenda.
Oh, that was some bad art. Whew.
Taken over by fetishists and Tumblr artists who care more.
Oh, that's rough. Oh, look at that. Anime well known for not being fetish bait. True.
About pushing an agenda or a kink than they care about writing something genuinely good. Case in point.
Okay, so wait, hold on. This is boring as shit. Is this just going to be yet another one of those, like, reject Western progressivism, adopt manga, which definitely doesn't have any progressive themes? Aren't a ton of the top manga series right now, don't they have, like, progressive shit in it? One Piece has the Wano arc in One Piece had 2 transgender characters, or like one transgender character and one something character. Let's just say 2 transgender characters. I don't know. I mean, Chainsaw Man was written by the guy who made Fire Punch. Fire Punch had a trans male character and was extremely political and progressive. Chainsaw Man is definitely political. Attack on Titan has lesbians. I don't know. Like, stuff happens. Artists in any culture are going to be more progressive than their general disposition. Gundam? Doesn't Gundam have a lot of progressive stuff? I'm shocked by how progressive Gundam Wing is. Women are hardly sexualized. Same women have gotten very diverse, strong world story. The racial diversity is remarkable for the time it was made. The anti-war message put it light years ahead of its contemporaries. Damn! I can't believe the SJWs infiltrated 1990s anime or something. Yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, everyone is gay. Hunter x Hunter, yeah, has an explicitly trans character. Yeah, I like, okay. The main issue is, like, do you think that Western comics have gotten tired, repetitive, and samey? Yes, I fully believe this. I still think there are probably a couple of ongoing comic lines that are good, but for the most part, holy shit, yes, absolutely. It's because these big comic it's a totally different format. Manga is done by a mangaka, usually. Like, you have, like, big companies like Shonen Jump that will finance and pay for, like, one guy or maybe 2 guys to put their comics out, and, like, it goes through the editor and the publisher and stuff. And it's a very personal project. Whereas, you know, DC and Marvel are like superhero things, and it's like, yeah, here, do you want to be the 8,000th writer to do Spider-Man or whatever? There's still some good stuff, but I do appreciate the individualism and the creative auteur drive behind the manga stuff more. Let's not forget the assistance for both sides, yeah, but it's much more collaborative on the Western end of things. Isn't this why Invincible got so successful? Yeah. Wait, wasn't Invincible published by Dark Horse, or am I wrong on that? Image Comics, thank you. So not Marvel or DC. But yeah, you know, Invincible is a superhero story that exists entirely in its own universe, which means that the writers and everyone had a lot of creative freedom on how they wanted to do stuff. Can you imagine if they tried to do Invincible in, like, the DC universe or whatever? Like, it's kind of like the whole Blade situation with Marvel, where it's like, okay, Captain America and Thor were just busy the day that he was fighting off the vampire apocalypse. And it's like, oh yeah, dude, in Metropolis, they just had this big... Wow, while Superman was away, there was a dramatic tone shift in Metropolis. I have to say, Omni-Man had a bit of a Joker moment, and, oh boy.
The piss fetish joke in the X-23's version of Wolverine comic.
What? Well, hold on.
Good. Case in point, the piss fetish.
What piss fetish joke?
Fetish joke in the X-23's version of Wolverine comic book panel.
Thoughts?
What?
What?
What? What?
Well, in the aquarium lovies, make yourselves at home because you're never leaving. You like watching people.
What? What?
Pissed. Huh? What? You like pee, don't you? You're into it. Oh, no, that's not true. Then why can't we use the clothing racks to do our business in private?
What the fuck is going on? Who watches this shit? Writers talking like what?
Like, knock on wood, we're all gonna be
I'd fire everybody.
Oh, wow. This guy who flips through like 87 comic panels a second, I skipped 2 whole minutes with 1 click, and he's still talking about the single panel of the trans bat lady in the Batman thing. I wonder why that got his goat.
Of celebrating queerness and transness in a way that has not been done because we've been
Changing iconic characters to be alphabet.
Characters. I mean, I think there's still a lot
Support instead of creating.
of these stories.
It was #1 for the first issue because basically comic book collectors buy all the variants and stuff because it's the #1 issue or something. Let's face it, maybe 50 years down the line, it might be worth $300-400. It could get you a carton of eggs. Superman lasted for decades. Superman, son of Kal-El, didn't make it a year.
What? So they did a comic run on Superman's son, which did well, but he's like, it may have done well, but it didn't do as well as the character Superman, so it was a failure.
Color.
This person gives me brain cancer. Can we please move on? Well, the issue with videos like this is no actual arguments are made, so it's not possible to respond to arguments. I can only kind of like poke fun at how silly the premise of the video is and then go over the patterns that I see. Or it'll be, here's examples of characters being gay. Whoa, crazy. Pregnant Joker. This entire section is called Pregnant Joker. Can I just get oh, wait. Pregnant Joker. There he is up there. We found him. Apparently this was a dream sequence. So in a dream someone had, Joker had pregnant. Okay. I remember the good days of comics where Superman caught a disease that made him eat all the world's pies, and they defeated him by revealing that it was a dream and he didn't eat all the pies. More cripple heroes, you bigot. Is he going to complain about Daredevil in here? There was literally an old kryptonite that made Superman gay. Hold on. This guy's an idiot, but the amount of times Vosh skips ahead to a random point in the video, then blames the video when he's confused is so frustrating. Johnny Be Good, do you see what type of video we're looking at right here? There are no arguments being made in this video. He's literally just listing examples of progressivism in there's no arguments being made. You can skip to any point. It's the same thing. We're not missing anything here. Hold on. Superman gay kryptonite. Pink kryptonite. This is what I'm talking about. From the wiki. The pink kryptonite is a kryptonite that turns Krypton seemingly gay. It is unknown what pink kryptonite would do to a Kryptonian who is already gay. Holy shit. You know, Superman's been acting awfully strange since being exposed to pink kryptonite. What do you think's wrong with him? Lois, you so don't want to know. Did I ever tell you how smashing you look in bow ties, Jimmy? By the way, that's a fabulous window treatment you've put together. Gee, I thanks. Thanks, I guess. In his head, contemplating, can I survive Superman? Is it possible? He had to have somebody by now, right? Stupid.
Disabled trans people of color, you know, trans people who are queer identified, trans people who are not. I mean, there's so many stories that.
It seems like half this video is just pulling from this one Skype or like Zoom call as well. Wonder Woman was modeled after the author's 2 Dom wives. Comics have never been free from this. Yeah, the original Wonder Woman comic guy was a bondage fetishist. And the original people who wrote Superman were like, wasn't it like the Schumacher, the 2 Jewish guys who wrote him as a kind of like golem allegory as a way of protecting the weak? Comics, guys, this is going to shock and surprise you, but going all the way back to the 1930s, the kinds of adult men who in the 1930s decided to be comic artists and writers were usually not the most like staunch traditionalist conservatives. If this, you know, if that sounds at all surprising to you. In reality, comics and art in general have always been something of a refuge for the socially maligned and for the auteur, many of whom are fucking gay and love sucking cock.
Have not been told. And that's because people can't tell them because they haven't lived them.
Disabled trans black heroes. Well, I guess
Many such cases.
that explains why the Spider-Verse has the crippled Spider-Woman. Now, how the hell does disabled Spider-Woman climb walls? Because her legs
Oh, I saw this image. I don't give a shit about in comics or whatever, but she looks good here. That's cool.
don't work. Her legs would just be dangling because only her hands work. Wait, do her hands fully work? Does she climb the wall?
Also, pardon me if I'm off on this, but this Spider-Woman or man or whatever also seems to be sharing the panel with the Spider-Pig thing from Enter the Spider-Verse, which means that this was part of a comic series where they went to other universes to see other Spider-Men. So, like, this is ridiculous, but this isn't. Like, I'll believe Porky Pig Spider-Man, Spider-Ham, but not this. In one comic, one single comic. The whole point was like, we'll do one okay.
Wall with like her little sticks because the sticks is where she shoots the webs. Honestly, it just don't make sense. How does she?
That's dog. It's so unrealistic. That's this Edge of Spider-Verse panel is so it's so unrealistic.
Fight now.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, in the original Spider-Man comic and still in some adaptations, the spider web doesn't come from the wrist of the character. There's a device that makes it. So the device that makes it here is just in the walking sticks. So it's not like a biological function is being produced and then channeled into this. It's literally just a long web shooter, which means that it makes perfect sense. There's nothing about that that doesn't make sense.
I gotta go look at a comic book. I'm not buying it though. But really, if I worked at Marvel and someone dragged that across my table, I'd beat them in the head with a ruler. Beat them with a stapler. Zoe Quinn's also writing for Marvel again. I'm sure that those comics will be better than anything Chris Claremont came up with. And I know, you're chomping at the bit to read whatever it is she's going to do. Remember she did a comic
Met the fundraiser goal.
for Vertigo? And they literally went out of business a year later? I don't even think she finished the comic book line before they went out of business, which is also wild.
And creators.
Dude, it keeps going back to this one Zoom call. Over and over and over again, this one specific Zoom call. Please talk to this guy in person. But there's, wait, no. People like this will never talk about shit. Ever. Like, at all. They'll never do it. They're always cowards every time with no exceptions. You'll never get anything like that.
How do we combat toxic masculinity in our industry?
Wait, that section was called More Cripple Heroes You Bigot. And the only example from it was the one Spider-Woman who had the canes. Oh, this next section is entirely just... Look at this next section. I'm panning through it right now. It's just that same Zoom call. It's the same Zoom call. Okay, hold on. Now we get to the section I care about. Manga remembers what Western media forgets.
Whereas the comic book industry is creatively bankrupt to the point of total clown shoes, as these clips have illustrated, with a lack of
copyright.
respect for American mythology. You ever notice how Greek mythology has never changed over the hundreds of years? Hercules hasn't turned into a trans hero.
Are we for real right now? Is this being done facetiously? Is he making fun of himself here? Okay, I'm not even touching this. I'm not even touching this. This is self-evident.
Nobody's saying Herc is non-binary or gay.
A Greek hero being gay? What the? Okay, hold on. There we go. Didn't think it'd go this far.
But over here, we're just trashing our mythology. If you want to make your own stuff, that's perfectly.
Literally, like, God almighty. Dog, we have never... Every time we tell the stories of the Greek pantheon, they're the same, man. Every time, it's like, look, man, that's what we do when we talk about the Greek pantheon. We're like, yeah, we're gonna tell the same story the same way every time. No one's gay in Hades. No one's gay in f***ing Hades. They don't even know what pussy is in the Hades Greek pantheon. They couldn't even comprehend pussy.
Fine. But taking things that have been established for decades and changing them really doesn't sit well with anyone.
By the way, Plutarch says that Hercules had male lovers beyond counting. He seduced men, many men, so he is considered bisexual or pansexual. Plutarch, the Greek historian, eventual Roman citizen, wrote that Hercules' list of male lovers was beyond numbering. Among his lovers were said to be the young heroes Admetos, Iphitos, Euphemos, Alacatus, and Abderus, son of Hermes, whose love for Hercules cost him his life. From the Golden Age of Denial, Hercules the bisexual demigod. Roommates, they were all very good friends. This is great. I'm glad I clicked on this video, you know? It's always good to remind myself that everyone who disagrees with me has brain damage and there will never be a good argument mounted against any of the positions I hold. I love it. It's so good. Chad, I hope you're feeling smug right now. This is what reactionary comic YouTubers have to offer. Never make Hercules gay? Not in my unchanging Greek mythology.
What Western media has forgotten and manga keeps alive and well.
Oh, do it, dog. Bring up these specific examples. I've read Berserk cover to cover 5 times, okay? Let's go. Tell me more about how the story of Guts and Griffith being the messiest bitches in human history isn't... Okay, Guts is definitely bi, right? There is no f***ing way. Griffith, the demon lord, meets Guts at the graveyard of the Band of the Hawk, and his demon heart feels a flutter for the first time since he ascended as he looks into Guts's eyes. You're gonna tell me that that Griffith does not want his guts to be rearranged by Guts? That's why he's named Guts, after the thing Griffith wants him to rearrange in him. Canon, by the way. Literally, my heart felt a beat. Jesus Christ. Literally, Vermin. Yeah, I want my non-gay straight manga representation, such as the notably anime before manga End of Evangelion, or no, Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Our stories about people, heroes, characters that are relatable, not because they look like me or because they're gay or trans or whatever. That's surface level relatability, and it's childish to the core. See,
so again, like, this doesn't mean anything because he's not actually, like, there's no argument made here that there's no point being made here. Like, the relatable people like me in manga, but not in Western comics. Western comics are only about being gay, but not this. It can't really be substantiated.
Children react to images on screen because they genuinely think that they're actually seeing themselves. They just don't go, oh, identify with this. They think, that is me.
What?
I'm up there, that's me. And any adult that needs that sort of validation, odds are has bigger issues and probably needs therapy. Japanese
relating what wait, is he arguing that adults don't need to relate to characters, but he doesn't know that relating to characters means you don't literally think you're them? Does he think children watch SpongeBob and go, that's literally me? Like, wow, oh my, I've got holes all over my body. Ah, like, what?
Media as a whole understands the fundamental element of good storytelling is the human condition or the hero's journey. Whereas the Western media,
as opposed to Western comics, known for not employing the hero's journey. This is also not a comic. This is an anime that we're looking at.
Is obsessed with representation, taking ground, allies.
That was an anime, not a manga. There is a manga for Jujutsu Kaisen that you could use.
Support, Safe spaces. Stories ruled by committee and diversity quotas. They're not relatable. They're not interesting. They're homogenous. In anime and manga, heroes overcome adversity. They grow, they change, they learn. Whereas over here, some of our heroes are already fantastic, especially the female ones, and they can only get better, even though they're perfect.
Oh, he's doing the thing where he, even though this came out like a decade ago, he's still complaining about Rey over here. It's been 4 years. I didn't see the last one. I didn't see Rise of Skywalker or whatever, because it would have been shit. It's like non-stop, yeah. This asshole hasn't read any goddamn comics, has he? No, he hasn't. Because actually, nothing in this video gives me the impression this guy's actually a comic fan. Because he's not able to like make any direct comparisons or like illustrate anything with any direct examples. He basically seems to have just ripped a couple of like screenshots from the headlines of what ex-Gamergaters are upset about, and then gone like, but it's not as good as Berserk. Bitch, nothing is as good as Berserk. I don't know why, like, we know. Everything is worse than Berserk. We're aware of this, okay? It doesn't prove your point. We know that, okay?
But they've become more perfect.
I will say, though, at first I thought it was annoying, but I actually do kind of like this little animation that he's gotten done, that he can just play over stuff. So, like, it's sort of, first of all, it's less likely to trip YouTube DMCA stuff, and second of all, it kind of, like, keeps a consistent idea. I kind of like that, actually. The Scrimblow, yeah, of course.
Thank you, Rey Skywalker. Let's talk about a perfect example of a strong female character arc that isn't cringy.
Stop.
Like Claymore, for instance. The fact that Claymore never got a full anime adaptation to
Why are we looking at anime? Why are we not looking at the manga?
this day is criminal. But the point that I'm trying to make here is Claire goes through so much and grows as a character, and she regains her humanity. Even when the story starts out, Claire is strong,
Stop.
but she's never smug about it. It's a quiet confidence she carries, even when she's around Rocky, who is
Okay, so again, like, remember, notice how nothing that he's saying right now, like, serves to prove any points about the difference between the two. Like, notice how this thing is good over here, unlike all of the Western comics industry and the billions of dollars that it represents. Anyway, is this like spoilers for Claymore? I haven't seen Claymore. Also, this is, again, an anime, not a
weaker
manga.
than her. She takes pity on him.
This is not
Characters without being cringy, predictable, or making men out to be completely incompetent.
The insecurities, man. So fragile. The funny thing is if you go back to like 1980s and 1990s, dude, have none of these motherfuckers seen the Golden Boy OVA? The idea that like men being comically incompetent is like a Western thing is so stupid. Have you ever seen like 90s or 80s like anime or whatever? The like, nah, stupid boy, like that shit all the time. Dickless syndrome, yeah. Has he seen Konosuba? Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Netflix Resident Evil.
I'm looking at you, Netflix Resident Evil, which is not a manga, and also Resident Evil is a Japanese property that was made by Capcom, so this is an adaptation of a Capcom game, so this is a TV adaptation of a video game of a Japanese studio, which has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Why is it here? Because the point of this video is just like, let's find an excuse to do the Gamergate bit again.
The female characters that also accompany her are flawed individuals, but they overcome personal.
I don't know anything about Claymore. I will say, though, that it makes me kind of feel like this guy hasn't read Claymore either, because the shit he's saying about it is generic as f. If I started talking about Berserk, I would not start going like, Berserk is a story where the characters start out as competent, but they still have a deep tragedy. The story of Berserk cares about its heroes and watches them grow over time. Like, that would not be how I talk about Berserk. So it makes me wonder if he's actually, I think you could say what he's saying right now about almost any story.
Physical limitations. How one of the girls loses an arm and she's still badass. And they take on.
Wow. We need more disabled protags. Woke. Funny thing is, Guts from Berserk, also disabled.
A corrupt organization, but once again, I'm not going to ruin it for you because you probably want to check out Claymore.
Like, have you ever seen Guts? My man's not doing all right. Where's him when he's lying in bed with the band? Oh yeah, here we go. Everyone's seen this on Twitter with a caption like "How I'm feeling today" or whatever, right? He's got half an arm missing. Also, his entire body is covered in injuries and scars. And also, he's like slowly dying because of the Berserker. It's a whole thing, okay? He's tired. Also, he got raped and has PTSD. I guarantee you that if this was a Western property who was identical in every other fashion, then the anti-SGWs would be like, man, Berserk was good. I don't know why they got to get like all like woke with like the rape PTSD thing or whatever. Yeah, it's just total selection bias. Modern manga is full of so much. Like, how can I go, like, hold on, top list manga right now. Hold on. Popular manga 2022. I don't know. My Hero Academia is literally the #1 like 13-year-old Tumblr girl shipping these two dipshits whatever. Jujutsu Kaisen, absolutely strong female character shit if this was a Western property. The mangaka for Jujutsu Kaisen literally said like, my mom reads what I draw, so she would slap me if I put in like sexualized women, so I don't. Yeah, also a lot of disabled characters, that's true. Wow, so woke, disabled characters, wow. And yeah, My Hero Academia, like half the characters are disabled just because the nature of quirks and how it, yeah. One Piece, literally like anarchist screed written in human blood across the world's longest stretch of toilet paper in a prison for people who are gay. That's also a plot point in Impel Down, by the way. Like literally so political and multiple trans characters. Ivankov. This One Piece has an entire island of drag queens and a revolutionary cell led by a drag queen. Who is framed in the story as like basically objectively morally right. Is One Piece based? Yes. Yeah, there's literally a character who can trans you. That's not a joke. That is their explicit power. They can trans you. They have the power over hormones. That's explicitly. But there's so many episodes. Read the manga. Don't watch the anime. Read the manga. The manga is really good. One Punch Man. One Punch Man isn't. Does the One Punch Man do anything like particularly progressive? I mean, it's good, but I don't think it does anything like. I never watched One Punch Man and thought like, oh, that was nice of them, I guess. Yeah, Sonic being a femboy. I don't know. Blue Lock. I don't know anything about Blue Lock. Canonically gender fluid. Yeah. Look at them. That's one person. I don't know anything about Blue Lock. I don't know anything about Tokyo Revengers. I don't know anything about Kaguya-sama Love is War. Spy X Family's really cute. I guess you could say, like, adoption. Is adoption woke these days? Considering the fact that cons are literally, like, anti-adoption. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Oh, dude. Vinland Saga is crazy progressive. Especially as the story goes on, there are louder and louder themes about, like, feminism and gender relations, what it means to be a man. Bigotry, anti-war, anti-slavery, and there's an explicit trans character who's respected by the narrative. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Vinland Saga just got a second season. Yeah, on Amazon Prime, right? Yeah, you should watch it if you can, or read the manga. The manga's also very good. And Netflix. Oh, they put it on Netflix. Oh, okay, that's even better. Nice. Even in kids media, this is a scene from a Digimon game, a cereal for kids. What is this? Wow, holy shit, this is some transbian goals. Am I looking at right now? Okay, gay. Oh, I see. They're doing a transgender. Neat. I don't know what the point of this was. Anyway, what was I getting at here? Guts. Guts would defeat that angel thing in no time. It's gay? Yeah, it's pretty gay. Tits got bigger too, because they squished their boobies together, just like I foretold When they squish the boobies together. Speaking of dumbasses who don't understand comics. Oh yeah, I saw this. I see Alphabet Psychos trying to claim Magneto as a gay icon. Have they even touched a comic? Yeah, and he got, ratioed into oblivion. What a king. Yeah, no, a bunch of stuff. He survived the Holocaust.
Or I'm serious. To make it simpler for most people today, Claymore is like The Witcher but with chicks, okay? Long story short,
That can't be true. First of all, The Witcher has chicks. Second of all, that can't possibly be true. I have read The Witcher books. I have played The Witcher games. I have played The Witcher side games. There is no way that's true. This guy has never read Claymore. This guy doesn't know anything.
they grow a sisterhood and they have a bond between them that seems natural and it doesn't seem forced. It doesn't seem cheesy.
Okay.
Captain Marvel and Charlie's Angels could have learned a lot from Claymore. On another hand, She-Hulk. It tried and failed to make a slice of life show inspired by anime and manga because of course they did. But it lacked all the charm and sophistication of Shin-Chan.
Ants? Peas? Why would I do that?
Duh, can't you read it says allowance, please? Now you've left me no choice. I'm going on Spike.
You mean you're going to start it?
What the fuck is happening right now? These aren't comics.
Hearing cast of characters. Everyone was great on the show, even the villains. Even characters you start off not liking, you begin to like later.
He's not saying anything. He's just saying manga is better because it's better, and then he'll show an anime in the background.
The bigot. Comics and Western media as a whole have forgotten their job is to entertain.
This guy's got like a lot of animation bits.
Not to pre.
And then the same Zoom
I'm
call.
ready to see a polyamorous relationship between Cyclops, Wolverine, and Jean Grey so that they
Can
can
I
all
please have that?
No.
It isn't about.
True. Okay, I will concede exactly 1 point to this video, okay? This video is retarded. The man who made it is retarded. Anyone else who worked in it, sorry, you're getting caught too. You're also retarded. This is stupid. It's dumb. Low IQ. This guy's never doesn't know The Witcher, doesn't know anything. I'll debate this guy on Berserk any day. We'll talk about how gay it is. I want to talk to him about Greek mythology. He'll never talk to me though. That's okay. That's fine. I will say one thing though, okay? Are you ready for it? I will say one thing. The Gamergate cells are correct on exactly one thing, okay? And it's that every time I see a Zoom call here, which is a bunch of progressive people who are all like trying to yassify everything in all the media they have control over, except by yassify, they mean like make more progressive. I do want to die when I see this. If you want progressive narratives in existing media with characters you have control over, here's what you do, okay? Make it better. But like it does come across as like and this is a very liberal disposition, by the way, where the discussion is on representation as a first priority, rather than anything else. Where they're like they don't give a shit about anything other than like the social accreditation they could get, because these people exclusively have like Brooklyn progressive or like Manhattan progressive, right? Just some party in New York or whatever. They don't interact with regular people, so they think that like you can substitute progressive virtue signaling for quality. Yeah, that is annoying. However, this video is really dumb. And if I had to choose between a comic book industry controlled by annoying people like this or retard reactionaries like the guy who made the video, that's an easy choice, man. It's the former every time. Also, like, the X-Men would all be each other anyway. They're all like, I mean, I guess the X-Men includes like 5 trillion people, but the core X-Men are all like hot, young, super-powered people living on a compound. Like, yeah. In the new ones they are? Yeah, I bet. That's realistic, like, unironically. Dude, if people who work at the Renaissance Fair are all in their tents in between setups, then yeah, so are the X-Men. Oh, that was random. Huh. Well, that just happened.